is the IUL event for Tuesday, May 24th at 7 p.m. Do a little, I'm sure you guys all have this, but there's the flyer. If you don't have a copy, you missed the email, you need a copy. I gave everybody my poster, my wall login. So if you want to do what I did, which is this, I'll show you. I just added on the right-hand side there, invited by Mark Newbauer. That's in case someone does find this on a gas pump or an ATM or a Facebook and shared whatever, they know, who invited them. But for the most part, guys, not necessarily necessary, because warm touches are going to be the most effective, right? So of course they know that Shelly invited her neighbor, right? They know what to put. So that's that. If you need a copy, just hit me up. Charlene tried the link as well. Crazy. What's with me and these links? And I'm just doing what I always do.
Hey, Mark, what's that website or the back end where we can check the registrations?
Well, now we're using Calendly. So I don't think you can. Before, I was just gave everybody my passwords to RSVPify. I have no problem everybody having having access to I'm going to save this meeting just to make sure it's correctly. Having access to Calendly. If you want my passwords, just hit me up. Otherwise, just ask me once a day, say, hey, how many people do I have? Things like that. And I'll gladly report that. Anna Robinson, welcome. Oh, good. So good. I thought I dropped the ball. Anna, you and I, we left each other hanging yesterday. We're to hop on a call today or tomorrow. Just let me know which is more convenient via text. I still have time this afternoon if you want to hop on there. Again, guys, I sent the link out to everybody. If you're an agency leader, key leader, agency owner, team leader, what have you, please get this out to everybody. And what is it, 37? All right, I'm gonna dive right in. So first and foremost, I did want to bring up that event. But before I get into any of that, I do want to welcome, George, I think this might be your first weekly meeting, Newbauer meeting with us. So guys, just please give a warm welcome. I know we got some light attendance today. That may have something to do with my Zoom link. It may not, but I want to welcome George Britton and David Roberts to the team. They are both licensed agents who have seen the value in the Symmetry system as we do, and getting ready to rock. I believe George got his credentials and carrier contracts and all that stuff last week. And David Roberts is brand new. He just came on board. Amazing how fast corporate is, by the way, guys. And this will excite you if you're getting into recruiting. But David filled out his onboarding, whatever day it was, 2 days ago, I think, David, right? But within hours that same day, he had his login credentials and set up and got to jump right into training. So that was very, very exciting. David, for what it's worth, that normally takes, or used to take, 48 to 72 hours on average. So fantastic that you got that. Nathan.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm thrilled to have David. David's got a background in insurance, as does George. They both have specialized in wealth management and advanced markets. So pretty cool. Paul Galami, welcome. Paul's not new to the team, but he's new to the Newbauer meeting. So thanks for coming on, man. That's awesome. Hello. We have, for what it's worth, guys, the Newbauer Agency has probably 80 plus agents. But as we develop you as leaders, as we have Joe Martinez, right? Joe Martinez is an agency owner. So he hosts his own meetings, right? Otherwise, we'd have 100 people on here. It wouldn't be as intimate, as participatory. As much as I'd love everybody to be on here always, The whole point is to grow you guys as quickly as possible so that you can get into agency ownership and start to form your own culture, right? And build your own team and meetings. And of course, you're always welcome to be here. So hold on, I have some people texting about the link, so that's good. By the way, thanks to Betsy, Jessica from Betsy's office is going to set up a text, group text app for me. So when we have meetings like this and maybe the link doesn't work, I can just shoot out one text. All of you guys will get it and it'll be easy to share and all that good stuff. So I say this with love. It's not my job to remind you to be on calls. It's not my job to say, hey, there's a national call today, right? That's for you to put on your calendar as recurring events if you haven't. As Chris Cook says, grocery store approach, take what you want, leave what you don't. But I think the key calls, if I'm going to be a success here at Symmetry, the key calls are going to be those ones on Betsy's onboarding website, which again, for you new agents is sfgagentsuccess.com. I'm so impressed with what she's done there. You click on that. Well, you can't even click on it.
This nigga's forehead every time I see this guy.
What's that?
Thinking about this nigga's forehead, Dominic. So this is my so I have these meetings and stuff for my insurance.
I'm gonna mute Josh out. He's just talking to somebody. That's it. So sfgagentsuccess.com is the site that Jessica put together, and Betsy was so generous to introduce to our team. Guys, that site is exclusive to the Newbauer Agency as just a beautiful gift from Betsy and the hard work that her office always puts in to help us all, right? That's what Symmetry is all about. Whether we financially benefit off of somebody or not, we're here to help each other. We've all been there. You know, those of us that have been here a little bit understand how rocky it can be in the beginning, but you persevere and persist and some great things will happen. So we're all here to help each other. That site right there, guys, Josh Lee, Anna Robinson, David Roberts, George Britton, for all intents and purposes, Mark Roberts, Gene Braun, Charlene, I highly recommend, and Paul Galami, highly recommend you guys be on the call Friday. You all received an invite every Friday at, is it 1 or 1:30 Eastern? Every Friday at 1 Eastern. Thank you, Stephen. I thought you were doing your joint exercises. There we go. Middle, ring, pinky. No, you were just saying 1 p.m. Eastern. So, guys, for what it's worth, Steve Devine and I have been friends since high school, so good 5 or 6 years now. And I just want you to know, this is a business that becomes that much more fun if you get somebody that you love and care about, you know, working by your side. So the post-COVID, I've noticed most people don't want to go to work at all anymore, but we all got to eat. The majority of people certainly don't want to go to an office again, right? They want to work from home. They want to manage their own schedule. They want some flexibility. And I think we all learned a lesson about how important it is to be closer to the ones we love and spend more time with the ones we love. And being in business with them through a plug and play Symmetry operation is a lot of fun. I can tell you that much. Starting a business with a family member or spouse, you know, they say, oh, don't do that. They say don't do that because you have to figure a lot of stuff out, right? Well, what about this? And how much do we market? How much do we that? Symmetry has it all figured out. All you got to do is plug and play. So this is even more fun with a wingman or wingwoman. If you've got a spouse or partner power, there are plenty of SoundCloud files on that. Ways to really leverage that partnership. That's a lot of fun too. And just the same, your spouse may not want to participate. That's fine too. As long as they're supportive, they've seen a video or been to one of our spring tour events or a corporate overview. If you've got a spouse, partner, make sure they see a corporate overview, guys. I've got a video if you need one. Most new people I've sent the video to. There are live ones coming up. Dallas, Texas, Indianapolis, Indiana, Orlando, Florida, Orange County, California, Knoxville, Tennessee's today. They will do another one next month. Phoenix, Arizona's today. I'll be there at 6 p.m. tonight. We will do one every month, and so on and so forth. So that schedule is on the website, hq.quility.com. If you're within 3-4 hours of there, or you want to hop a flight, you know, Betsy made a 10-hour drive down to Orlando, and it's because she made that choice.
Just start cooking these.
About a month ago.
Mama, one.
Because she made that choice a month ago, we now have SFG agent success. Why? And I'm being repetitive for those that heard me last week or the week before, but I'll just say it's all blue in the face. Association is key, guys. The reason we have upped our game big time in the last couple of weeks is because Betsy made a drive all the way down to Florida from Tennessee just to see what's up with this meeting. And there she met Sarah Reinecke, who is the top recruiter in all of Symmetry. Now, does that mean she recruits the most people? No, not necessarily. Why is Sarah the most effective recruiter in all of Symmetry? Because Sarah Reinecke has the highest degree of people that apply, onboard, and then write their first policy, right? Anybody that's a leader knows hiring somebody is a tiny, tiny step, right? Getting somebody to plug in and write business is a whole nother thing. And I shouldn't say getting to, because we can't make anybody do anything, right? Motivation is a fallacy in some philosophies. You got to have people that are ready to learn, ready to earn, and ready to dive right in and get out of their own way. Don't make excuses. Don't try to find the shortcut. Well, yeah, but if I built it, no, it's a plug and play system. You dive right in and you'll be making money next week if you put in the work, right? So be not afraid, dive right in and be willing to grind. The system is here to do it. So the reason I'm talking about all of this is once Betsy arrives, we are going to go over a recruiting platform that her company, Level Up, has put in place for all of us. I dove in a couple days ago. We've already got interviews just landing on my calendar. So that's how plug and play this system is, guys. If you want to invest in a co-op, you want to start building your agency quickly, Betsy's team has set it up so that all we need to do is invest in the co-op, and their team will manage the whole back end, and you will have interviews on the books. So pretty cool. What I want to cover, just a couple things here. Make sure I honor the agenda I sent you guys. Right. Okay. So the IUL, right? We know that's this Tuesday, the 24th. You do not have to know anything about advanced markets to benefit from this presentation for a few reasons. Number one, this is a great way for you to learn. Just as we're here to educate people, you know, we're only going to help the people that say, wow, this sounds great, I want to be helped, right? So we're not here to sell anything. We're here to present and educate so that people it resonates with come forth and say, I'd like to know more, right? So we have committed to do weekly presentations on Index Universal Life. And though it has a wide variety of applications, right? It's very versatile in who can benefit from it. We'll theme it out to make sure that we can do some target marketing and help, you know, different types of people every week, and also teach us all just how versatile this is. So our focus this Tuesday is on children and grandchildren and grow up plans and college savings, right? So parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, newlyweds, things like that, they're going to be the perfect attendees for this. You guys have the flyer. You've got the RSVP site. It is, I'm going to put it right here, www.my, how about this domain name, Devo, that I found, mytaxfreeliving.com.
Impressive.
Go there. I was pretty proud to have found that one. So mytaxfreeliving.com, apparently, unless you put in the HTTP, it doesn't work. mytaxfreeliving.com. That's the landing page. If you guys want to check that out, super, super cool. You just click on register. It'll take you to the Calendly. There's only one slot you can book, and your RSVP to the event. You'll get the Zoom link, and so will you and yours. So I'd appreciate if everybody could make time to attend. And more importantly, why not earn while you learn? Get some people to this meeting that you feel will benefit from it, right? Because we're going to do all the work. right? Starting out only because of lack of bandwidth, guys. This is zero to do with ego. I'd be just as happy to take a break. And we'll be doing so as soon as Steve and Laura and some of us can huddle up and work out, presenters. All of us will be presenting eventually, if you so desire. Mohammed knows this stuff way better than I do, for instance. So we'll be taking turns presenting this. For the time being, I'm going to present on Tuesday, but our team will do the work. Your people show up, right? They get to learn quite a bit. And then at the end, you simply follow up and say, hey, what did you think? And I'd love to draw up an illustration to show you what this looks like. How much are you willing to save every month? And that's that. For what it's worth, guys, $50 a month for a little kid could mean millions of dollars in retirement income in their future. No kidding. So, and we'll go over that in the presentation if you didn't get to attend last week's, which was amazing. So if I do say so myself. So that's what we're going to do Tuesday. Obviously, guys, you came here for a systematic income. You came here for the opportunity to build an agency. That's why I highly recommend, especially you guys that are experts in advanced markets, don't poo-poo the mortgage protection route. That is our bread and butter. That's how Laura Davis is writing, and Edith now, app after app after app on the advanced market side, because they have clients that they've already helped with mortgage protection, right? They're just digging into people they've already helped and saying, hey, I've got something great you should check out. So not to mention, you will have a consistent, reliable income that you can reverse engineer by partaking in the lead system, right? So make sure you newbies get into training and really find out, everything that's available here. Talk to your direct. If it's me, talk to me, right? I believe I've got all of you on the right path, but you got to make the decision from there. I'm never going to pressure. I'm never going to make you do a certain track. This is up to you. I just want to know what you want to accomplish, and I'll show you how. So will your direct, right? You got to be vocal and say, I'd like to accomplish this, and we'll get you there. Those newbies, once you get through summit training, you're going to find there's actually a worksheet in there that shows you exactly how to reverse engineer your desired income. I want to make $10,000 a month. Great. You type it in. They're going to let you know about how many leads you're going to need to order, how many appointments you're going to need to sit, and how many apps that will be written as a result of that activity. And boom, there's your income. Okay. Byron. Yes. I love hearing that. Byron Pruitt, guys, congratulations. He's new. He's not so new, but he's new because he had some stuff to get out of the way. Now he's starting full force. Byron is in the Eric Rush Agency, and he's diving in there. Look at that dance. That's how excited I am too. He is diving right into the lead program and going to be helping families this week. So super, super excited for you, man. Let me see. So the IUL, make sure you get that. The invites are there. If you need some advice, I'm happy to give it. But friends, family, start there. Facebook contacts, great. I private message parents and say, hey, by the way, we're doing this. I also, guys, who are your service providers, right? As long as you honor them and you're loyal to them, they'll be loyal to you. I just had my skin guy reach out. He told me about a new peptide they have in the office that I'm excited to try. I just turned around and said, hey, I'll be in about a week and a half. By the way, we're doing this. I know some of the technicians there are moms and grandmothers and things like that. So if you would share this with the staff, you say, oh, this sounds great. I'd love to share. I said, well, I know you have some kids too, so you should probably check it out as well. And he'll be there. So easy peasy, guys. Find those that you are loyal to for business and invite them. Who's your HVAC guy, right? Who's your garage door repair? Who's your plumber? Who's your hairdresser, right? If you're not just bouncing around from vendor to vendor and you've got those people that you trust and refer out, they'll do the same. Show them what you got, right? So those are my tips for invites. As far as, let me see. Well, Angie and Amanda, you already know we're doing Phoenix tonight. I don't think anyone else is here in Phoenix, but if you know people in Phoenix, Scottsdale, hit me up. We're doing a presentation tonight at 6 to 8 p.m. in Scottsdale. and be a great way for you to introduce people to Symmetry. Agenda
Hey, Mark.
check. Yes. Hi,
Go
Chelsea.
ahead and bring up the, if anybody is going to the conference, I'm gonna be there an extra day or two.
Thank you.
I don't know if somebody wants to share a room with me for the 21st and for the 21st. So if anybody does, reach out to me.
So guys, conference is the 17th through the 19th. Shelly is staying through the 22nd. If anybody would like to share a room, please let us know so that we can pair you up with Shelly especially for those last couple of nights. And Shelly, I promise after the meeting, I'll reach out to leadership. We've got a leaders text with Chris and Lauren and Jordan and Jared and Jeff and Kimberly and everybody. So I'll get in on that and I'll let everybody know that you're looking for a roommate from the 20th to the 22nd. You're on mute.
I'll leave the 22nd, so just one night.
Just the 21st.
Yeah.
What about the 20th to the 21st?
Oh, yeah. I'll be with,
We'll be roomies until then.
Okay, so morning of the 20th, you're checking out, Betsy?
Yes.
Okay, so you need it from the 20th to the 22nd.
No. I'm sorry. The 20. I'm checking out the 21st.
Oh, just one night, 21st. One more night, as Phil Collins once said. All right, so yes, Mohammed.
My situation, any guy that want to share a room, I already booked a hotel room with 2 beds. So someone want to share and I basically want to cut cost because I think it's $200 a pop night. So you want to split that from the 17th. I'm checking out to the 20th, which is a Saturday morning. And so you can reach out to you, Mark, or myself, and we can work things out. I already got the room reserved.
And Betsy, you may want to check with Nate and his team to see if anybody wants to shack up with Mohammed.
Okay.
And just to say, Mohammed, I'll talk to the leaders, guys. We'll set up a little something for all roommate requests because especially if it's your first conference, I won't retell the story, but Steve and I had to share with 5 or 6 people our first time. And that was a real treat. So it happens. The point is get there no matter what it takes. If you got to sleep under the bed, don't worry. We don't get to sleep much at conference. Fair warning. So lots of association, lots of learning, lots of fun, and you won't want to go to bed. And though you may want to sleep in, because then you're right back at it first thing in the morning in the classroom training. So okay, I saw that. Who has to leave? Mark. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Mark. I am recording it, so I'll send it out to the team after because we're about to get into some really exciting stuff Betsy's going to show us on recruiting. So I invite you to check that out later. And let me see. Does anybody have, first of all, I do have a couple of shout outs, guys. Jeff Miller, who is one of the biggest agents in our agency, just achieved his 110 promotion. I mean, guys, I mean, you've seen the sheet. He's literally 2 promotions away now from 120. Okay. When you get to 120 at Symmetry, the minute you bring anybody else up to that level, you are vested for life with 100% of company revenues. We've had year-over-year growth since inception 11 years ago. 12 years ago, 12 years ago, since inception, year-over-year growth. They started the company in the middle of a mortgage crisis. And we're here today at over, I think, 180 million last year. So the bonus is currently about $20,000 to $23,000 a month being paid out to the 120s. That's something to work for. That's something I'm working for. Everybody knows I have a passion outside of this. It's my entertainment company. I wouldn't be where I'm at with that if I didn't have Symmetry. I fell in love with serving people, especially in the last year even. This is my 6th year, guys, but in my last year here, I've really fallen in love with advanced markets and IULs and how we can help people there. And I think Mohammed and of course William, who's in another agency, and Betsy, the path that she's laid on the debt-free life side, I've just learned how lucrative and valuable this can be all at the same time in helping people with a solution beyond, term protection, which in and of itself has its value, right? So really thrilled to say I'm a lifer here because of the culture, because of the opportunity, but that opportunity to become an agency owner so quickly and to achieve what Jeff Miller, guys, I've been part-time for 6 years now. I'm at a 105 on the brink of my 110, but it just goes to show you, you can bring in a Jeff Miller, right? I've never worked as hard as Jeff works, and I'm not bragging about that. I'm just saying I never have. The guy's a beast. He loves helping people the way he does, and he works the mortgage protection like the science it is. He doesn't get emotional, right? He doesn't get 90 no's and then says, well, that's a bad day. No, he knows the metrics, and he knows that they average out over a 6-week period. So you've got to have some resiliency in order to build out your own metrics so that you can reverse engineer everything without the emotion. Will it take you 20 hours of dialing your first couple weeks? Probably 20 to 25 maybe, right? Can you get that down to 8 to 10 hours of dialing? Absolutely, within about 3 to 5 weeks if you are consistent and you graduate out of bonus leads into A leads, right? This is a business you're starting, and it's all about efficiency and creating efficiency. And the only way you're going to get efficiency is if you pedal harder when you're starting out. Because everybody that's ridden a bike before, right? Think back to when you're 12 or 13 and you got that big hill coming up. Is it better to start heading up that hill and then stop because you're tired, and then pedal again and then stop because you'll never get up the hill, right? My legs just hurt thinking about that analogy just now. My quads are burning, right? No, you want to see that hill and you want to coast up that hill as much as possible, or at least give yourself the leverage needed to get up that hill and over it. And the only way to do that is give it a hard charge in the beginning and be consistent. So you can ride up that hill without hurting yourself, because that's what happens here when you pause and stop and doubt and experiment and all kinds of stuff in the beginning, right? So I'm not lecturing, but if you look at the analogy, guys, it's plain and simple. That's how it works. That's how business works. I can tell you, I run a press release business outside of this that I started back in 2010. It was okay incremental income because I would just take clients as they came to me. I did no marketing. I didn't cold call. I just hoped I got business because I have a website. I have business cards. I have cool flyers. I have a video. It doesn't matter. If you're not touching people every single week, guys, it won't grow. And 7 years later, I decided I was going to start cold calling companies, right? And I did that, and I did it consistently. And now we're probably the biggest press release company in the space, but it took a lot of work. And that applies to Symmetry. It applies to any business that you can think of. Consistency is key. So if you're dabbling, just know that that's your choice. If you're buying leads 1 week and then skipping it in a week or two, that's your choice. But I can tell you, you will never grow a business that way, right? You're riding up that hill on that bike, that big steep hill, and you're just stopping to take a breath. And everybody knows you don't even have to be a physics major to understand that doesn't work. You're going to get to a certain point of incline where you can't even pedal forward. I don't want that to happen to anybody, which is why I'm so adamant when I talk about consistency every week. That's my consistency. And as Betsy's about to show us, we're going to start getting really consistent and intentional about our recruiting, because we want to serve you guys as much as possible when it comes to building an agency. Because back to Jeff Miller and my original point, he didn't get to 110 on his own. All right.
110 is a lot of fucking money, dude.
Yes, it is, Josh. Thank you.
Sorry. I
Yes,
was muted.
I know you did. I'm going with the flow. hope we've all heard it before. We don't make a practice of it, but I love your enthusiasm. Yes, it is. So Jeff, by the way, Josh, to make you feel better, on Mondays.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I just had a really interesting moment and it's all coming out. Sorry. Didn't
I
mean to
love
be
it.
out there like that. I really did not.
Well, I hope you got inspired. And by the way, for what it's worth,
I am.
Josh, I did the exact same thing on Monday's Zoom. They always auto mute everybody. I couldn't get my camera working, and I was so excited because Jeff was going to talk about how he got to 110, and I wanted to support him. Couldn't get my camera working, but Joe was running it.
I'm
Not
so
Chris.
embarrassed.
Chris was out of town, and I yelled. I said, "F you, Zoom!" And then I rebooted, and then all the leaders are like, "Mark, you're on a hot mic like every 200
Oh
people
my
or that."
goodness.
So it happens.
Yeah.
And it didn't make my Zoom work better. It was just an expletive, so no worries.
It was just an emotional moment.
But the point is, guys, Jeff didn't get here by himself, right? Jeff came in here as a tired agent from an agency that didn't respect his worth. All right. I'm not knocking farmers. That's where he came from. This isn't about farmers or State Farm or Aflac or Primerica or Family First, wherever you might have come from. It's not about that. I don't know what they do over there. I can't say good, bad, or ugly over there. I know Symmetry. But what I do know is Jeff was exhausted. He was tired, and he felt like he wasn't getting what he deserved, given the amount of work he was putting in at his old agency. So he came here. He struggled big time. Big time. Jeff just came here 2 years ago, guys. He struggled big time. In fact, I'll have him be a guest on the next week or two. He struggled big time for about 3 to 6 months, give or take, right? But he had met so many successful people here that he understood the opportunity was real and that it just took consistency to get yourself past the hard times, okay? And he honored that. And he treated it like a business. He treated it like the science that it is. He didn't get emotional. He didn't quit when he got tired or frustrated or had a bad call day, right? He knew what the ingredients were and he applied them consistently. And in just 2 years, okay, he's the first person in the Cook hire, certainly not in Symmetry. We've had tons of people do it. But the Cook organization, for what you guys may or may not know, right now, we're the smallest hierarchy in Symmetry. There are 6 of them. We're the smallest, but we're also the fastest growing, and we've got the most explosive growth because of what we're doing inside of the agency, and most importantly, what we are as leaders. We're all friends, guys. We're friends and family here. I'm sure I know Betsy and some of those who have talked to other leaders. This is not the status quo. We are a very rare duck when it comes to hierarchies in the industry. There's normally some toxicity that can come with growth and explosive growth like we're incurring. And that just hasn't happened here because we bond as leaders. Jared and Jordan are some of my besties, you know. Val Zarn, he and I will purposely get a room together at a conference so we can road trip and just get to know each other better. Steve and I will share rooms. We don't have to. We do it to associate. We're friends since high school. We haven't had a chance to catch up, right? So it's that association that's just so powerful. And anyway, what Jeff has done is he's treated that very seriously and started growing his business right away. And he'll be the first to tell you, here's the best news, guys. He did it by recruiting as actively as he was producing. All right. It's the same game. It's a numbers game until it's a service game. You got to find the right people, and that takes turning over a lot of rocks. As Jim Rohn says, right? The birds will get some, the stones will get some, the rain will get some, but there are some that will stick, right? So we are fishers of men and women in that capacity. But what's amazing, guys, is that 2 years, oh, thank you, Randy. No problem. I'm recording it and I'll send everybody a recording. I'm just glad to see you guys. Another new agent, Randy Johnson. He is licensed. He's jumping into training. He is registered for conference like everybody should be. And I can't wait to work with you and David and Anna and everyone knew that took the time to be on here. So, guys, the most exciting news about Jeff's promotion is he is taking himself out of the field. He no longer has to produce. Jeff is no longer going to be ordering leads and dialing families. In 2 years, he accomplished that. All right. And it's not because he's like, phew, I don't have to do that anymore. I'm sure there's a little bit of that, but it's because he's grown so much over the last 2 years, something he didn't do in the previous 10 plus years in his other life, right? In 2 years, his family is set for life. He's taking himself out of the field, and he's got an organization that continues to grow inside of our agency. I want that for all of you. And if any of you want to talk to Jeff, pick his brain. Maybe, something I say doesn't resonate like it might from another leader. All you got to do is say, Mark, could you connect me with Joe Martinez? Mark, could you connect me with Jeff? Can you connect me with Brian Howell? Whoever it is, Jordan, right? Make that happen, guys. We're all here to help each other. So let me know. But the good news is that is available to each and every one of us. And it's why building is so, so important. If you are looking to build legacy income, if you are looking to take yourself out of the field, and if you are looking to have an agency that is willable, sellable, and transferable. If you are not, and you just want to produce, that's okay. See the gray boxes we have there? See the gray boxes? We have an entire track for producers. Very lucrative, promotions, bonuses, contests, trips, and you can do this all the live long day. But I have to admit, Symmetry was designed for builders initially. And first and foremost, that's why you will find an accent on building here, because the way that they've set up this system is incredible for anybody to do what Jeff has just accomplished, and what us part-timers are on our way to accomplishing, right? But you too could be like me and hire a Joe Martinez who hires a Jeff, right? And then as Betsy knows, the only thing from there is just keeping up with those numbers, right? It lights a fire under you when you get an agent like that. And it helps you to grow. It forces you to grow. I have only gotten better, guys, because when Joe started cooking with gas and hired Joe and Jeff Miller, I had to pick up my game or I was going to be left behind. I had to rearrange my entire schedule just to keep up with my own agency. And I'll tell you, that's as exhilarating as it is nerve-wracking. It's a lot of fun. And you will grow. So I hope I'm not beleaguering the point, guys. I know we're going a little over, but I'm so excited about the stuff that Betsy's put in place for us to level up her company. By the way, guys, yes, Symmetry has an incredible lead system. I say plug right in. But if you want to recruit, or if you want a different type of lead, if you want internet leads, talk to Betsy. Her company outside of Symmetry is called Level Up Marketing, and it's designed for insurance agents who want to grow a business fast and have access to leads on their calendar, right? So talk to Betsy. I'm very impressed with the company that she and Javon Spencer, another agent in a different hierarchy here at Symmetry, they have teamed up to build this for insurance agents all over the country, and it's gangbusters. So take advantage. And now, without further ado, everybody get ready for conference. Everybody get ready for Tuesday, IUL. And now everybody get ready for Betsy Barr, who I'm going to hand it over to, because she's going to talk about a recruiting co-op that she has set up that I'm going to be investing in on everybody's behalf, so that you can participate a little or a lot. But again, just like with leads, guys, if you're starting with a little, don't make it the norm. You're working your way up, right? It's about building momentum. That's how you build a business quickly. So without further ado, oh no, there is further ado. Congratulations to Jeff. And I also want to say a very special congratulations to Angie Arnett, Angelia Gervasio, Angie Arnett Gervasio. I don't know what to say, Angie. I'm just kidding. It's Angie Arnett. Just got her 80% here at Symmetry through a lot of hard work she put in last month. And she's only going to be growing from here. So super, super proud of her. And special congratulations to Nathan Bowers, guys. Nathan Bowers is from my hometown in Fort Wayne, Indiana, but he now lives down in Florida. And he has managed to make contact with one of the largest chambers of commerce down in Florida, and they're allowing him to present advanced market solutions for business owners, employees, and individuals throughout their entire network in about a month here on a virtual presentation, actually in about a couple weeks here, come early June. So Nathan, we're going to be supporting Nathan in every way we can, but he's going to be presenting in front of one of the largest chambers in all of Florida and building a pipeline of business there for his agency. So plenty of ways to grow the business, guys. I recommend sticking to the roots, work that mortgage protection, build yourself a consistent income, and do some amazing stuff like Nathan and Betsy and everybody else is doing in addition to that to compound your growth. So congratulations, Angie. We love you. And now, without further ado, I turn it to you, Betsy.
Awesome. Well, hey, it just tees up perfectly to what we're saying here. So you guys know that we've got the new site, SFG Agent Success. If you have not gone there yet, please go ahead and do it. Go ahead and hop in, sfgagentsuccess.com. And so, just what Mark was saying, it's just also true. I mean, I think about my journey with Symmetry and just kind of when it was time for me to kind of decide, am I all in? Am I not? And I remember Mark told me, he said, Betsy, the only thing that's holding you back here at Symmetry is consistency. And he said, if you're consistent, there's nothing that can stop you here. And so, I really feel like he called me up to that. And that has kind of been my push ever since. And so, every time I started with building though, I mean, I'm not stupid. I know that we need to build. All right. But I don't know about you, but when I would start to build, I would get so overwhelmed because there's so many things to keep track of and help people to do. And it was just overwhelming. And, so maybe, that's on me, that's on me. And I'm a perfectionist. I'm a type A. I've got a little bit of OCD in me as well. And when I couldn't do it perfectly, I just felt like, why would I even try? Like I'm failing on so many levels and I can't get a good system in place. And it just was overwhelming to me I'm being very vulnerable here. And then what had happened is somehow through all of that disaster, I was bringing on agents and people were starting to write, and I have a wonderful team. And then they wanted to start building and they were asking for my help. And then I felt very at a loss. Like I barely could keep it in hand to build my own team. And then to help someone else, I felt like I can't do this. And so through all of that, and talking with Mark and just thinking like, what can we do to just really explode? Because there's no reason that we can't just grow massively. I'm watching everyone else do this. And so, going back to why is conference so important? I went to a builders conference and back in Orlando and just last month. And that is what really spurred all of this. It's like all of a sudden, all the pieces came together. And so since then, Mark and I and my admin, Jessica, we've been working to create this page. And so the point of it, guys, is to support you as you build and also to help provide this structure for selfishly for me so that I can build as well. But then I want to help my team build. And just being very vulnerable, Mark is like the main reason that I'm still here. And he is so supportive. He's done so much for me. And so for my part, I thought, why would I do this just for my team? I want to do this for Mark's team. Like I want to do this with Mark. This isn't something like, yeah, we could do it. Muhammad and I, we could do it by ourselves. Couldn't we, Muhammad? But there's not as much value in that. So this is why we're doing it together. Mark didn't ask me to do this. All right. He didn't say, Betsy, I want you to come put this together. I came to him and said, Mark, is this a way that we can serve the team? And so please know that that's kind of from my heart there as well. I'm sure each one of us could share a story of what Mark has done for us and meant to us. And so this is just a way, I feel is a small way that I can say thank you and, in helping him continue to grow. But then also I know, that my team will continue to grow. And so what is it? Zig Ziglar says, when you give other people what they want, you get everything you want. And so, guys, we can just come in here together and begin moving forward. So we've gone through this last week, as you're building, come and, no matter how you're building, whether it's through warm market, through organic marketing, through Project 100, through clients, through ZipRecruiter, through LinkedIn, whatever it is, wherever they're coming from, bring them in here and sign them up for the fire starter call. And of course, something went wrong, so we will have to fix that. It's supposed to be available for tomorrow. Isn't that fun? When something doesn't work in front of everybody. It was working this morning. Oh, there we go. There we go. So anyway, so you click on that and get them signed up for the 1 o'clock fire starter call. All right. So what we want to do though, is then we think, okay, hey, think about conference. If you're wanting to go to conference, you can come right here to the Reimagine conference. And Mark has a ticket discount that you can, he has owners packs. And so we even integrated payment options right here into the site. So you can book directly, go ahead and get your ticket and get information on how to grab it with the discounted option if you're in Mark's team. So that's available to you. And then we want to put on here business support. So just like Mark was saying, my company is Level Up. And so part of the way that we're working together is that if this is something that you want to move forward in a different way to do leads, then you can schedule a marketing session with me and we'll kind of see if that's going to be a good fit. For new agents coming in, you do need to become a seasoned new agent in order to take advantage of this. Otherwise, that's something that Mark is going to help cover, that setup fee that comes with it. And so if you're a seasoned new agent, if not, we will, it's a $199 setup fee to get everything taken care of. So we'll handle that. Then the main thing we want to talk about here today is build a team. So here under business info, build a team. We want to make it to where you can come in and build a team and it is seamless. So build a team, build your legacy. So you can choose your recruiting package. We've got 4 packages here. Okay, so we're keeping along with the fire theme. Okay, and so what this is going to be, again, we could all do this separately, or we can combine together and the results are just completely magnified. I have now combined my recruiting efforts with Mark. I could do it on my own. I have it all dialed in to do by myself, but it's going to be so much more effective with Mark. So we want to invite you to be a part of this so that you can see that kind of growth in your agency as well. So we have 4 different packages. All right. So if you're just starting off, this would be the Kindle package. And so that's $400 a month. So it's basically think of it as $100 a week, and you'll get about 5 to 8 interviews per week. And so if you think back, if you've ever heard Casey and Brandon talk about recruiting, that's kind of where you're maintaining your agency. So if you're just starting to grow, you'll get some agents come on. So this is a great place to start. If you're ready to really start growing, then we're looking at $800 a month. So that comes out to about $200 a week. And that's going to really help you start growing your agency. And then we get to just some times like this is if you're like, hey, I'm all in on recruiting. And so this is $1,200 a month and you'll get 15 plus interviews a week. And if you want to do like even more than that, the agency owners and builders there that are really growing, they're looking at like, 2,000 plus a month being put into recruiting. So we did want to have the option for customized pricing as well. All right. And so anyway, so that is something you can also just go ahead and schedule that in here. You can go ahead and choose your package. And then as soon as you've made that payment, then you would just book an onboarding session. And so the payment goes directly to Mark and gets put towards the ad spend. And then what we do here is this, you would meet with one of our virtual assistants who would get you put into the system, get you connected with your Zoom so that you can get all of these appointments automatically. They'll jump right onto your calendar. So we've got a whole system in place. Everything is automated. So it really is just a plug and play system. And then we have everything followed up for once you do the interview, then you get them plugged into the fire starter call and we take it all the way from there. Okay. So we want to make this as easy, as simple, as exciting for you guys to be able to get into so that you can keep focusing on your recruiting, on your producing and building your agency without trying to figure out all of these parts at the same time. So anyways, we just want to invite you to be a part of this. If you're thinking, I can't do $1,200 a month, that's okay. Do 400, get started. And you'll just watch as your agency grows. All right. And then you can challenge yourself. Okay, I'm going to start with 400 now. By the fall, I want to be up to 800. All right. So get yourself there incrementally. You don't have to just, just start all it but go ahead and get started. Commit to yourself. Remember, what are we doing? We're building a legacy here. So again, this isn't mandatory. You don't have to do this, but it's just a way for you to be able to get started. I wish there was something like this when I had started. I was telling Mark, I remember the first co-op that we had, someone would just send me on my phone pictures of of names and times, and I had to figure out which time. Okay, it was crazy. I mean, it worked. I did it. I didn't do it very well, obviously, because and so what we wanted to do is just create something that can hopefully provide value to you. And then here's the great thing, you guys, when you start building and your people want to build, guess what they can do? They can just get plugged in right here. So we just want to make this a reproducible system so that I can come in and I've got everything automated. My team can come in, get everything automated. Their new teammates can come in. We just want this to be something that just is for all of the Newbauer agents. All right. So we just want to invite you to participate. Mark, we did. We got it all set up ourselves. And then we were like,
Amazing.
Why don't we invite other people? Let's not keep it to ourselves. Let's invite other people to participate in the recruiting, So anyways, if you are interested, yes, then so you can go ahead, like I said, go to the website, SFG Agent Success. This is under
Come on, baby. Come on.
this is business support
Thank you.
for the team. And you can go ahead and it's all set up, so you can go ahead and get your payment started. This will just be a monthly subscription. And so let's say you started off at 400 and then 3 months down the road, you want to move up to 800, you would just reach out to Mark or I, and then we would get the admins to adjust that for you. So like I said, we want to make this as seamless as possible. You get your calendar set up and then just get some appointments on those calendars and start building. Mark, anything else here?
Betsy, first of all, that's beautiful. Guys, this is the first time seeing this part, and I just love what you've done here.
This was Jessica, so let's make sure that's no.
Yes, Jessica. Jessica is phenomenal, guys. Everybody should have one, but there probably aren't that many of her out there. She's just incredible. And Betsy, your generosity, I thank you for your words, but my cup runneth over. This is so above and beyond. And I hope you guys understand what Betsy's office has put forth for us with a generous heart. She could have just as well done this and grown her agency, and that's that. But again, two heads are better than one. And this is something I am more than willing to invest in to help subsidize cost for you guys. But I also want you guys to know this, for some, you can go ahead and be an employee to yourself, right? You can have your own business or rather be self-employed, right? If you look at Robert Kiyosaki's model, you can be an employee, you can be self-employed, you can be a business owner, you can be an investor. I want everybody here that wants it to be an investor, that last quadrant. Because that means not only have you started a business, but you've grown it into a point where it becomes a passive income stream for you. And now you can do what you really love. And if this is what you really love, then you can do more of that, right? So I just hope everybody understands the gift that this is. And don't look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. Just take advantage of it if you want to be that business owner, that investor eventually, right? If you came here to grow a business and a legacy, you got to start this now. If you didn't and you're on that producer thing, we're going to support you all the way, guys. And you've got some incredible training, some incredible mentors. Jordan and Jeff host a dial session every single week, right? You can grow a really nice income, bonuses, and all that good stuff. But for the most part, I know we are builders, because that's what I look to hire first and foremost, are people that want that freedom. And as William Wallace says, freedom, right? So I'm going to show you guys, the reason this is extra long is because this is such a big deal. I I would like to hear from each of you via email or text that, and I don't, if you don't, I love you just the same, and we're still going to be amazing together, right? But if you're going to get involved with this, if you want to grow a business and explode a business, let me know that you're getting into this. Number one, let me know if you need any assistance whatsoever, and let Betsy and I know if the process is streamlined or confusing, right? I think it's very streamlined, but if you find any road bumps or questions, great. We'll work out the kinks.
Mark,
said-
there will be kinks, so let us know so we can fix them.
Thank you, Shelley, so much for saying that. And that I know that was geared toward Betsy's office. She's so amazing. I would like to, guys, if you have to go, I know we've gone over time, go. I'm recording this. I'll send it to everybody. But let me just show you something if you're going to stick around for 5 minutes or so. Jacob Pogue, who is definitely by numbers, top 3 recruiters of all time in Symmetry. And when I say he's nothing special, I don't mean he's nothing special. He's a really special guy. He was a bartender in Ohio, I believe, that has now built an empire inside of 6 years. Out of the field, has one of the biggest agencies in Symmetry, and he and his wife enjoy a luxurious work-life balance as a result of the hard work and sensible investments that he's put forth. And something amazing that he put together a long time ago that I don't think we look at enough. I'll send this to everybody as a gift for attending our seminar. No, for just being a part of this, so you guys understand why we laid out the numbers that we have through Betsy's platform. Because, and I want you to know, recruiting, for those of you who have not ventured into that realm, it's just like mortgage protection, guys. You gotta do a lot to get a little, but that little becomes a lot very quickly if you do this consistently. Let's look at what a $1,000 a month investment in your business looks like. Notice those keywords, guys. There's no cost to this. You want to grow, you got to invest, right? In any business. If I remember one of the biggest restaurants in Chicago, this hot dog place, I wish I remember the name. The guy started with a bag of buns and a package of hot dogs. It's all he had. So he went out in the street and he sold that one pack of hot dogs and those buns. And as Steve Martin pointed out in Father of the Bride, why do they do it, right? There's 8 hot dogs and 6 buns. Why do they do that? But anyway, there's 8 hot dogs and 6 buns. So he sells out of his first batch, and he takes that little bit of money he has, and now he's got 2 packs of hot dogs and 2 packs of buns, right? And that's what he did to start his business, and so on and so forth. It's the biggest hot dog empire in all of Chicago. So start how you will, but work your way up. Be consistent, right? Focus on your dream and your goal, not what's happening right now. That now is now, and it's just part of what's going to become. So here you go. Monthly investment, $1,000 minimum. You got no overrides because you don't have any agents yet, right? You just came on board and you said, what does this look like? So you invested $1,000. Your net loss is $1,000, right? You got nothing to show for it. Well, that's frustrating. Month 2, you got $1,000 in there. You've now invested $2,000, and your agents are still training and getting started. Some people don't follow through. Some, right? It happens, guys. This is not for the faint of heart, right? I'm just being real transparent with you. It takes consistency and high activity. Now in month 2, you're out $2,000 if you look at it like that, right? Net loss. Month 3, you've got $3,000 in. And just so you know, I'm being very conservative. By now, you're going to have some agents on board and some overrides, right? But I'm being very conservative to show you what a worst case scenario looks like with this investment. This is a worst case scenario, guaranteed. So month 3, you've now got $3,000 invested and no spread. What's happening? This is so frustrating. I've been interviewing week after week. I'm hiring people. They're in, they're this, about 3. This doesn't work, right? Now month 4, you got some agents on board, right? a total of 10,000 APV was submitted to the carrier. You got your average override of about 15%. Wow, I got 1125 in the door. I've invested 4,000. Now I've got 2875 loss to date, right? Now comes month 5. I've got more people in the field. They're working, they're growing. Got 20,000 APV. Wow, that's going to make for nice promotions, by the way. You're well on your way to key leader now, which comes with specific advantages. And now you got 2250 coming in the door. Now your net loss is only 1625. Now look what happened 6 months in. 6 months is a long time, guys. Can you imagine starting interviewing in December and not seeing a thing back until May? Imagine it, because that could be. But watch what happens. This is why you be consistent. This is how consistency is rewarded in this business throughout. There's no way around it, guys. Month 6, you've invested $6,000 now. But don't forget the excitement that comes with the team that you can celebrate. A team with an Angie Arnett who just got a raise from 70 to 75 to 80, and you get to know that you're part of helping them up the ladder, right? And as they become more consistent, they're achieving better results. That part is not on this slide. I can't even explain what that feels like. It's like when your kid does a great job, you know, or hits that home run or gets that A+ or makes a cool Lego, you know, it's that feeling you get that this slideshow just can't exemplify. So now you got 6,000 in. Now you're at a net profit, guys. Now your agency's producing and your spreads are, guess what? They're going to cover your budget now. Now me, I'm going to double down. I'm probably putting this all back into recruiting, but we're just sticking to 1,000 a month. Month 7, you're now at a net gain of $6,800, right? This is your monthly agency revenue now. You're 7,000 in, but you've got 6,875 net gain, business owners. Look at month 8. Look at month 9. This is just, you're not increasing your budget. I am, but you don't, but this person isn't. Month 10, check that out, guys. 30,000 a month. This is the model Jeff Miller followed with blind faith in the beginning and just kept on going, because these months pretty much suck if you look at them from a today point of view. Month 11, month 12. So in a year's time, you've invested $12,000. You made overrides on an average of $22,000. And within 1 year, so long as you're cultivating a team that does the same, you've got $88,500 in passive income. This doesn't include your agency, your personal production or anything. This is now passive. And guess what? As long as you're being attentive as a leader, it continues to grow and continues to grow. Jeff probably is at about 30,000 a month in override passive income on his team that continues to grow. So I hope you guys got some value out of that. I had to show it, being that we're talking about recruiting. You got to see the big picture. You got to see the forest for the trees, or it's going to hurt too bad and you won't continue. You're going to be pedaling up the hill and be like, why am I doing that? What's on the other side? That's what's on the other side. So whatever it takes to build that momentum in the beginning and to be as consistent as possible. Time is the one thing we can't get back, right, guys? But through passive income, we actually can, right? Now, anybody see Multiplicity with Michael Keaton? I love that movie. Now you're multiplying yourself, only they're not getting dumber as you go down the line. I love his 4th or 5th clone. That guy was great. He's such a great actor. So now you're multiplying yourself, right? And those other 4 Michael Keatons are out there working and mowing the lawn and doing the dishes and doing that. And you're kicking back and maybe going out to lunch with your significant other, or maybe you're on the golf course, or maybe you're working on another business, or maybe you've got a 501c3, some charitable cause that you're really dedicated to. This is what enables us to be high impact players. As human beings, we have so much potential. And I love Symmetry's plug and play model. If you know another one, go for it. but this is the only thing I found as a serial entrepreneur with a real passion for an industry that is mostly famine and a feast when and if you get that one hit, right? And I'll just keep working till I do. But all the while, I've got this, right? And I want this for you. If you want this for you, and if you do, follow the path. The path is here, but you got to follow it. And you got to pedal uphill, and your quads are going to burn, but keep pedaling and you'll get to the other side. So thank you guys. I will be sending the PowerPoint so you can look at it yourself, show it to your agents, right? And hit up Betsy and I if you want to get into the platform. Everybody have that link? Wait, what is the link? I don't have the link, Betsy. What is it?
No, it's SFG Agent Success.
Oh, that one.
SFG
And the
Agent Success.
recruiting platform is on there?
Yeah, so you just hop on there, go to business support, and it's all in there. And so just to make sure I'm clear, if you
Are you
want,
listening, Ron? No.
if you
sorry,
want
that's
to
right
do, if you want to do the sales part, that's where you need to be an SNA or you need to pay the setup fee. If you want to do the recruiting is for anyone, and there is that investment part for the recruiting. So there's the sales, which is SNA related or setup fee, and then you just do and then again, just to clarify, Mark, like we're not making any money off of your recruiting. Like I just want to make that clear. Like this is not, my business isn't getting any cut from this. All right. The money that you're putting in for the packages, that is all going towards ad spend for you. So it's just for your ad spend. So just wanted to also make that clear to everybody. So.
Betsy, that's super, super generous. And anytime we need to talk offline, I want Level Up to succeed as much as I want your Symmetry business to succeed. So you let us know how we can help grow that and help you and Javon thrive on that side, because I think what you guys are doing is incredible. And we thank you from the heart for allowing us to be a part of this and for doing all this hard work so that we can literally, guys, just invest and wait for interviews. It's amazing. Now, guys, one thing I will say, we're going to go, I promise. It's like those lock-ins, remember those youth group lock-ins? You're just stuck all night.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to pray again, guys. All right, so real quick, though. The one thing I'd like you to do before getting into the recruiting, which is super exciting, you must learn how to interview so that you're not just, flushing money down the toilet. If you're not on band, get on band. If you're like, well, I don't have notifications on because I think it's annoying. Well, I'm sorry, you're going to miss out on a lot here. Deal with it is all I can say. Embrace it more so. Get in there, check on it every couple, hours throughout the day. Edify people, celebrate people, but also look out for the links, guys. Chris Cook, at least a few times a week, will say live interviews, and there's a Zoom link. Watch Chris interview. He's one of the best interviewers out there. I can learn from Chris quite a bit still. I'm a great recruiter here. I've proven it, but I'm definitely not the best. And I have a lot to learn from Chris because he keeps those super concise, and you're either in or you're out, right? And you don't beat around the bush. Let people know what they're up for. And from there you will grow. So watch some interviews, okay? And most importantly, on the website, under training, you will find the calls and webinars link. Go to hq.quility.com, go to training, and find the calls and webinars. And if you're as excited as I am about us all taking the next step in our business and blowing up like never before, please find the Builders Call. They're on Wednesdays. If you scroll all the way down the page, you're going to see replays of past calls. Now, what I wanted to instruct you guys to do today or suggest is to watch yesterday's Builders Call. Who was on it? Who saw it yesterday? Naughty if you're not raising your hand, guys, unless you couldn't make it, all right? If you couldn't make it, that's okay. That's why they put it on the website within 24, 48 hours. So if you missed yesterday's Builders Call and you want to partake in building and take advantage of the system that Betsy's laid out, you must watch Andrew Jimenez's call from yesterday. He will walk you through the best interview tactics and points. Okay, keep an eye out for that. I bet it'll be up by tomorrow. In the meantime, Jimenez is one of my favorite builders call hosts, by the way, guys. That's my personal favorite. He's an awesome guy here in Phoenix. But every week, and Val Zarn did an incredible one 2 weeks ago. Go to the builders call replays and watch 6 or 7 of them. Okay, they're about 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops. Start getting a feel for how lucrative building can be and how impactful it can be for people. But if you really want to help people the way I do, like my passion is rescuing people from the 9 to 5. If you want to really impact people, you got to know how to help them, right? And the way to help them is to watch these builders call and beyond. That's why, for me, I don't separate builders call from national call. I just say beyond at 12:30. That's when the national calls start, because building is an important part of this business if you want longevity and legacy. So check those out. I'll send you the PowerPoint so you've got a vision in front of you, and then hop on and let's start building like never before. Guys, thank you. This was our longest meeting ever. I'm skipping hot yoga today for this, so for what it's worth, we're all sacrificing. I love you guys. I wish you the very best, and hit me up with any questions or comments, but we'll get rocking. Did you have something to say, Betsy? Your face looked like it.
No, I was just saying, I thought someone had a question
Let's
that
see.
they can message us. But anyways, I'm excited, you guys. Let's go. Let's grow.
Oh, Byron had a question, and it was a great one. Is the recruiting national or regional? So it's whatever you want, as I understand. It is national. But what we're working on, if I'm stepping on toes, stop me, Betsy.
No, it's fine. I think we're doing regional for like where the events are going to be. But when you're doing Facebook, you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck when you go national. So for the most part, we're going national unless it's like a special event that's coming up, and then we'll go around that area. But only kind of for targeted times. For the most part, we'll be national.
Okay, great. And there's the algorithm for you. What I recommend, guys, real quick, Mohammed, what we're going to be doing, what I'm doing with my personal recruiting outside of the platform, and even what we're doing a little bit inside the platform, there's an event in Dallas on the 25th. So why am I going to recruit in Provo, Utah, right? When there's an event next week in Dallas. I'm going to build my recruiting efforts in Dallas so that when I interview you, Gene, I could say, hey, Gene, by the way, your next step is to attend an orientation. We've actually got one coming up in Dallas next, because you're in Dallas in this scenario, Gene, not Minnesota. So I see, we've got an orientation coming up in Dallas there on the 25th. Very important that you make that. So if there's anything coming up, please let me know. But is there any reason you can't make that on Thursday at X o'clock? No, I can be there. Okay, great. Now, if you get somebody to a live event, guys, they're going to see everything, and they're going to really understand what's possible here. Nothing is better than that. So that's why I like to recruit around these events, because now you're getting them in front of Edward Pritchett, who makes $30,000 a day passive income. You're getting them around Chris Cook and Marshall Whalen, who has 2,000 people attending conference throughout his agency, right? These are the people that you're going to get around. And Betsy Barr meets a Sarah Reinecke, which leads to exactly what we're talking about today, SFP agent success. So thank you guys. Take it to heart, and I'll send out the recording, the PowerPoint, and the website. New people, be there Friday at 1 o'clock. Randy, Josh, Anna, David, Maurice, Byron, and anybody else that wants to. All right. If you want to start from scratch, be there. All right. We'll see you guys. Thank you so much.
Betsy and Jean, stay